What up, Dokkaners? The global maintenance is going to be dropping later on today. So in this video, we're going to be discussing what we can expect to see in this global maintenance. JP received their maintenance last night. Their data download came with surprisingly informative stuff, but also at the same time, not a whole lot, because both versions are set to jump into the Dragon Ball Heroes celebration in about a week or less. So with that said, let's jump in and discuss all of this. For those of you who are unaware of the timing, there's going to be a maintenance 2 hours after the upcoming reset on the 16th of November at 1800 hours for me, which is 2 hours after reset. We will be jumping into maintenance, and that is going to be lasting 5.5 hours. So with any global maintenance, I always recommend you guys burn up all of that stamina as much as you possibly can. That way the game can be recharging and working for you while it is idle. That way, when you come out of the maintenance, you will have free extra stamina being given to you for then you to ultimately use. If you guys have any boosts lying around, make sure to use those up as well, because the boost recharge rate has been cut in half, which means every 4 hours a boost comes back. Meaning, if you have 3 boosts ready to be used that aren't used when you go into maintenance, one of them will go to waste, because after 4 hours, one will recharge. And like I said, it's a 5.5 hour window. So try to use up all of your stamina and all of your boosts as much as possible, because if you do, the game can be a little bit more optimized for you by the time you come back. But anyway, let's talk about what we can expect. The things that we know that we're going to be receiving a world tournament. That is very clear, courtesy of this Genius Bulma battle prep. Anytime you see that, that is an omen for disaster, and that disaster is the world tournament. Is it going to be happening immediately coming up this weekend, or is it going to be happening next weekend? We will have to wait and see. JP's world tournament is set to drop next weekend, so it's possible Global and JP could both get the world tournament at the same time, which could be kind of nice. But I have a feeling we'll probably get it this weekend. JP will get it next weekend, and then after our world tournament, immediately following that, we will receive the Dragon Ball Heroes celebration. Maybe. That is one thing that we can expect. Another thing we can expect is update 5.7.1. This is basically the version Z continuation, where we are going to be receiving a visual indicator in our box to show if a unit is eligible to be Dokkan Awakened, given the resources that you have or may not have. So that is a very useful thing, enhancing the accessibility experience for players. And then ultimately, the more important one is the friend system update. The friend system update is basically going to make it easier for you guys to run your various teams with various leads across multiple events. Now, the issue with the JP version when they had this update was that it created a series of problems where certain friend units were not usable at certain times, certain errors would pop up. So is it going to be a similar situation on global where we inherit all of those same problems, or are they going to give us the immediate fix? My gut guess is that we're going to be getting all of the problems, because that's just how Dokkan is. They don't seem to understand how to give us the fixed version. They want us to go through the same issues. I don't know. But based on Dokkan's incompetence when it comes to this sort of thing in the past, I have a feeling that there could potentially be some problems with the friend system update early on, but then it gets fixed relatively soon. But we'll have to wait and see. Now, that's pretty much it for what we can expect. There's also one additional announcement that they made last night for the Extreme Super Battle Road. Movie Heroes Stage 35 is going to be dropping for global. This will allow you to get the first step of the Extreme Z Awakening for the Goku Gohan Kid, which is cool. But speaking of first step, these partial Extreme Z Awakenings, I gotta say, I'm not a fan of it. I actually don't like it much at all, because it is very, very annoying to have to awaken a unit and then realize it's an incomplete step. So speaking of the Vegito Blue, now we don't know if this is going to be happening, but it's possible we could be receiving Vegito Blue's final step of the EZA chain in this part 2. That is not what we can, we can expect it, but don't count on it. It's possible. So that could be arriving in this upcoming part 2. We also could be receiving the Vegeta Blue sub EZAs. So let's take a look at the global side last year for these campaigns. So looking at last year for Global's part 2 for the thank you, that was from the 17th of November until the 2nd of December. So this will be happening simultaneously with the Dragon Ball Heroes, leading ultimately into the winter celebration. So Dragon Ball Heroes will be the joint celebration that happens simultaneously. Keep that in mind. So you guys are going to be a little busy when things start really rolling out here. So last year, the 17th is when the part 2 started. 17th is also when this generic, goofy, stupid summon dropped on the legendary banner, which is not something you guys should be summoning on. A Dokkan Festival EZA dropped. We're probably not going to be getting this. I imagine this will probably be substituted with the Vegeta EZAs, and then this will probably just be some generic LR. I don't think we're going to be getting Golden Frieza, people, because if you really think about it, on the 17th of November, and then 3 days or even a little bit more than that later, we are getting the Dragon Ball Heroes banner. That would be criminal for players to have to deal with. Global has been through so much already with basically the 7-year and then the worldwide back-to-back, essentially. And then this, that's just a lot. I don't think they're going to do that to us. I think that they're going to make this a generic LR for only, you know, those gullible souls out there to potentially summon. Everybody else will be saving for Dragon Ball Heroes. So now this is my new projected timeline. The Golden Frieza is going to be shoved over to the winter celebration right before Christmas, maybe, if anything. I don't know. So this is where I think this is all going to be playing out. So don't expect any sort of summoning right away. Give it a couple more days. And who knows? What if Global and JP are surprised with an LR from the Dragon Ball Heroes banner? It's possible. What if both versions get their LR from this? JP in their data download didn't receive any sort of new unit. They're not getting any sort of new summon. They're simply just getting the World Tournament. They're getting an app update, and they're getting a little bit of extra stuff in the form of all this. Kind of like Global. If Global gets the World Tournament, if Global gets Extreme Super Battle Road in place of this, and if Global gets the sub EZAs for Vegeta, that pretty much kind of matches what JP received. Speaking of, let's talk about this real quick. I'm not going to spend too much time here, but JP got the app update. They received a new LR, Jackie Moon, which is actually pretty cool. This is their new LR right here. He's a pretty decent free-to-play unit. Unfortunately, he's on the World Tournament category, so support is kind of duty, but still, he's a pretty good free-to-play unit nonetheless. A new TUR, new SSR. 45th World Tournament. They're also getting a new game mode called Burst Mode. We'll talk about it in a future video, not that important. They're also getting an update to this event. Now, this is really cool. Study hard, play hard. This daily event you guys should be doing once per day. The Roshi event is where you can obtain training items, Zenny, training locations, and boosted link level rates. This is a very good event. Very short, very easy, very effortless, but also very rewarding. Speaking of, you get some pretty nice rewards from all of these different missions. The more committed you are to this game and the more committed you are to this event, you get more rewards. Up to 150 times was the original set of missions, but now they are adding a new stage to this event, a stage 2, a level 2 that is at Z hard difficulty, which gives you even more rewards, more Zenny, more everything, including the chance for a, what's her name, launch to pop up to give you even more stuff, which is pretty awesome. But on top of all of that, this is on JP, mind you, they're also being given these missions going all the way to 1,000. So what this tells me, folks, is that Dokkan is not going away anytime soon. This is a loud, resounding statement to the world that Dokkan is here for the long haul. 1,000 times. Clear that event 1,000 times. Now, either you could take this as 1,000 days of additional Dokkaning, or this could ultimately mean 500 days, because it is still to be determined if whether or not you're going to be able to run through each stage once. I think you're only going to be able to pick one of these stages per day and run that once. But in the off chance that they can allow you to run each stage once every single day, you could run this basically twice. And if you do, then this will take you half the time. So instead of 1,000 days, which is basically like 3.5 years, this will take you, would it be 3.5 years? About 3 years. This would take you considerably less, considering that it's half. So yeah, that is a pretty cool thing. Also, considering the fact that the anime is coming back very soon, I mean, dude, Dokkan is alive and well. It will continue to thrive. So buckle in, folks. It's going to be a long one when it comes to the journey that is Dokkan. So that is it for the JP side. And like I said, in terms of what we can expect on Global, no summon, really. It's just going to be the World Tournament. It's going to be Extreme Super Battle Road and then the Vegeta sub ECAs. And then we will probably, most likely, then journey into the Dragon Ball Heroes. I don't anticipate them giving us a Golden Frieza. If they did, that would be very surprising and probably very bad, because, you know, while I do want the unit, there's just not enough time for people to recover. I'm a whale. I only speak for the very small percentage of players who invest a lot of money on this game. Most people are not that much, they don't spend as much on this game, so it wouldn't be fair to them. So there is my projection. Of course, all of this could blow up and all of this could be entirely wrong. We'll have to wait and see. But like I said, this is what we can expect. Anyway, that's my TED Talk. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments, what do you think is coming up with this data download? Are you excited for Dragon Ball Heroes? Did you want Golden Frieza and then just a few days later to get Dragon Ball Heroes? What was your outlook on this upcoming Part 2 chaos? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.